Bitches. It's Jeremy, and I'm coming at y'all again today with the video. And I have a guest today. His name is JB Says What. So, do you want to introduce yourself to the peoples out there?
Yes. So as he stated, I'm JB Says What. I have a YouTube channel, which I realize I just spelled my name wrong on here, but it's JB Says What with a Z. I on my channel I do reviews pretty much every day of reality. I do a mixture of reality shows as well as some scripted shows. So as far as reality shows, I do pretty much every Housewives with the exception of New Jersey. I do Basketball Wives, although I don't want to do it right now, and scripted shows, P Valley. What else I do? Sisters on BET. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do reviews of TV shows, reality, and scripted, and I do at the end of the week I will talk about all the hot topics of the week.
All right. Well, now that we got the introductions out of the way and everything else like everything else like that, let's get into this motherfucking show. So the episode opens up with Tiffany basically talking to her husband Louis, and basically they're getting everything together to talk to their family, to talk to Tiffany's adopted parents, and about how she wants to basically go try to find her biological parents. See, this is the reason why I couldn't fucking get no child, from the adoption place, because I don't know how I would feel if I sat here and raised you and these motherfuckers who gave you up, you know, didn't gave you up for adoption, and you want to waste your money and your resources to go like try to get to know who they are when I have been your parent all of this time. And she was trying to assure us that she is completely grateful for her parents, but she just really needs to do this. I was like, you really don't, but I guess, but I can't say, because I'm not I don't have no adoptive I mean, I'm not I do have adoptive parents, but I know who my real parents are. But I'm just saying, if I was adopted and had no idea who my parents were, I don't know if I would be the person going to go search for my real parents.
I
What do you
get
think
that.
about that?
So I am adopted, and I know my biological mother because I was raised within my family. But if it wasn't, prior to my mom telling me, my birth mother had no intentions of ever telling me she was my mother. So with Tiffany, as much as I don't like Tiffany on this show, she irritates me. Her face, her her fashions, they look like she got them from you know, dealer somewhere. But I understand where she was coming from, honestly, because as someone that's adopted, I don't know my biological father, and I don't even know if my father knows who I am. So for me, I'm in that same boat where I'm trying to find my biological father because my biological mother, she refuses to tell me who my dad is. We've gone back and forth. I've been looking for my dad for almost 20 years now. I found out about her when I was 13 years old. I'm about to be 33 this year. So the first time, when I first asked her about it, we talked and had a brief conversation, and I was like, at this point, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just finding out that what I thought was my life wasn't true. So I said, "Look, give me some time to get to know you guys." So we got to know each other, and maybe a year into our relationship, I said, "Hey, I want to know who my dad is." Um, she said to me, right now I don't think that's a good time to tell you. So I said, okay, cool. So I waited till I was 16 years old, asked her, she gave me his name, nothing else after that. So I was like, okay, let's put this on pause again. And then, at 18, I asked her, like, hey, what about my dad? She didn't want to tell me anything again. Waited till 23, 21, and 23. The last time we talked about it, she told me she would take it to her deathbed with her. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. Like, I ain't got to worry about that. You and him, whatever, if whatever your issue is, you can keep that issue and keep it away from me, but I'm Gucci. So I did an ancestry like in 2020 when the pandemic first hit. And I think I'm like real close to finding who he is. So as much as I don't like Tiffany and her Montgomery Ward's fashions, I actually, now I will say this scene with Tiffany, I was pleasantly bored, as always with Tiffany and Louis. And I really want Tiffany to stop saying she was born in 1987 because Ma'am, you are not 2 years older than me.
I was like, sis, like he already. You mean 1977?
Or
Like,
67.
let's add another 10 years on that. It's either that or she aging in dog years. Well, you do know they say like the white peoples they age backwards. You know,
Spoiled
like
milk.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tiffany ain't. When Tiffany keeps saying 87, I'm like, girl, Allah don't care who tell it. You were not born in 87. I was born in 89. And you look 10 years older than, you actually look 20 years older than me. You look 20 years older than me. So yeah, but like I said, I do understand that whole adoption thing. And I had a conversation with my not my biological mother, but my mom that raised me. Me and her talked about my dad. She asked me the same question that Tiffany was talking about. She asked me like, "Are you trying to, because I was raised by my mom and my grandmother." And she said, "Are you trying to replace us?" And I said, "Absolutely not." I'm like, "There's nobody in this world that can replace you two." I said, "For me, and I had to explain it to her because I could see that she was hurt. I had to explain it to him like it's not that I'm trying to replace you, it's that I just want to know. For me, how I explain it to her, it's like when you have a puzzle that you're trying to put together, and you got that one piece that you need but you can't find it. That's what it is for me. I just want to know what the missing piece is. If I have any siblings out there, because I'm from a small town in Texas named Tyler. I told her, I don't want to be out here dating my brother, sister, cousins, or anybody like that. That's nasty. So I don't want to have no kind of shit like that happen to me. And she understood. And then I also said for health reasons. And that's what Tiffany said is for health reasons as well, which on my maternal mother's side, my grandfather, he passed away of cancer. My great grandmother, she passed away of cancer. So I've had a lot of people die of cancer. So I don't want to be, I would like to know what's out there in both sides of my family. So as much as I don't see it for Tiffany, I understood why she's doing what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next scene that we see, like she invites her parents over. It's this white lady and a mixed man, and she sits them down, y'all. I don't know what the fuck is up with Tiffany, but this shit made me so uncomfortable. She was like, "I got you guys some snacks. I know how much you like nuts."
Ugh.
Her mom was looking at her like, "Bitch, what?" I was up there like, "What is going on here?" That is like, I know you love, and who sits like just a jar, of like nuts next to their mom like as a snack. I just like you don't have anything else. But anyway, like they started basically talking to her biological parents, allowing them to know that she was going to go look for her real parents, and they were saying like, "Oh, that's your journey, that's fine, we don't hold anything against it or anything else like that." And one thing I did notice was that Lewis was asking really good motherfucking questions, and he was asking the parents, how did they feel, are they okay, what do they think about it, how things were like when they were growing up, what do they think about it? Like he was really asking some questions, and that made me think, well, Tiffany, I thought you said this motherfucker don't be asking questions. Looks like he asking a lot of fucking questions to me. So what is going? Why couldn't he go on the trip, but you want Melody Cherie to
Oh
go on the trip?
God, that's the $1 million question. Why the hell did she want Melody to go with her? Now Melody, she is Inspector Gadget.
Ooh.
Melody, why of all people Melody? And is it just me when she kept saying Utah? Did anybody think she was talking about the state of Utah instead of Utah, Alabama?
I think we all were thinking that. Nobody like we thought they were talking about Utah, not Utah. I
I
didn't
thought she
I
was
didn't
talking about
know.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, because we know she have colonizers. So I really did think that like, her plantation owner side of the family was down there in Utah. I thought
Mhm.
that's what it was. But apparently we were all wrong. He was located 2 hours down there in Utah. Alabama down there, with the black people apparently getting lynched in 1987,
That's what I
which
was
is
thinking. I'm
very
like,
odd to me.
it is. It is really. When that white man was in there saying that black people got lynched, I'm like, who the fuck was lynching in '87? Allegedly, she's saying she's born in '87. I still don't believe that, but who the fuck was? And I said it on Twitter. I tweeted. I was like, are they talking about the 1950s or something like that? Because I just don't know. In that day and age, now granted, it is a small ass town, and there's a town in Texas. It's called Jasper. So
Mm-hmm.
back in like '98, that is something that actually did happen. A guy was lynched. He was drugged by three white men on a truck, and they.
Well, let's not get too graphic.
I'm not, but yeah, but that happened. So lynching does. I know it does happen because somebody came at me on Twitter saying, well, it still does happen in this day and age, and correct, it does happen. But who the hell is lynching behind a white woman? No
I
shade to my
don't
white
know.
people out there, but in the '80s, I mean,
In the
they
late '80s.
white women love their ebony mandingo.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Yeah,
don't know
like
who the
especially that close to the '90s. I was like, y'all was out here lynching each other when Whitney Houston was singing "I Want to Dance" with somebody.
yeah, it didn't
Can't
make
be.
any sense to me.
I
I
was
feel
like,
like that
this
whole
is.
scene was staged. To be honest with you,
And then on top of that, like Lewis was really asking some really good questions
he
to
was.
Tiffany as well about how she felt. He was able to sense that something was wrong. Lewis is a really good guy,
Did
at
you
least
notice how
towards his wife. Go ahead.
when Lewis came in that kitchen and he spoke to her? Did you notice how she cut her eyes at him? If looks could kill, that nigga would have been dead.
Yeah,
Because when
she
he
not attracted to him. She don't want him. She definitely came to him. She definitely came to him with I guess the gold digging energy, because I feel like she's only there for money. She was only there to get the bag, but now that the bag has been got, she wants something more. But I'm trying to tell you, Tiffany. Well, then again, you're in the South, so you are light skinned and you, I guess, what they call thick. So I guess you could get somebody, but I'm just saying, sis, you might want to try to slow it down because there's not a lot of good men out here, and you seem like you got one. Now, he working on his body. He going to the
he
gym. He
is,
trying to he trying to unwiden his back. So I don't think that's an issue. You know, you just holding it out and trying to stay in your marriage. I don't think that she want that man. Whenever I see Tiffany, I see Monique. Her and Monique look at they men the same way. And something else that I've noticed is that Lewis and Chris Samuels are both built the same.
they are.
And notice how they wives don't want to are always on their neck. It's because they're not attracted to them.
Well, let Tiffany tell her she wants to have a baby and had that IUD taken out.
But let Lewis said like he ain't like they ain't even having no sex.
Then she say in that car
It's
with
like she ain't even
Melody,
giving him a slice of the pussy. So at the end of the day, what's going on? That's what I want to know.
let her tell Melody
Somebody
she get
lying
some
because
head.
she was in the car. She said she be having sex. She says that she sucks and fucks him whenever she
Ugh,
gets off work. So at the end of the day, she's doing what she's doing. So how is he not having enough time? But let him tell it. Y'all not even having sex like that. So one of you big bitches are lying.
probably both of them. I think they just need a storyline at this point.
I don't really sense that from Lewis. I think it's Tiffany that's lying. Tiffany gives me a liar.
Well, I mean, look at what she had to go through to get Lewis. She had to give. She made up a surprise wedding, which I still think that shit is dumb as fuck. Who the fuck is gonna sit here and rent out a whole baseball stadium just for a man to marry you? That is desperate as hell. I wish that I mean, even if we are engaged, I'd be damned if I'm finna sit here and spend my money to rent out a baseball stadium and say, "Hey, babe, surprise, we're getting married today." Fuck no. If you
Yeah,
don't,
is
if you don't come with me to plan this wedding, we ain't getting married. It's period.
how
I'm
much
not
you
gonna
want to
do.
bet he didn't get no prenup?
I bet you they didn't.
I bet you he didn't. Like Tiffany gonna take him for everything he got. Tiffany ain't shit, y'all. I be trying to tell y'all. I could tell by the bitches like elbow dimples that she ain't shit. I
Did
don't
you
like
say elbow
Tiffany.
dimples?
Tiffany got elbow dimples. Like have you saw Tiffany in a sleeveless shirt or a
I don't pay
sleeveless
attention.
dress?
When Tiffany is on my screen, I pay very little attention to Tiffany. I don't like
No,
Tiffany
like
dimples.
you gotta like Tiffany can turn some
Mm-mm.
pots of greens. I believe it. I believe Tiffany knows how to cook you a good ass gumbo. She'll stir that bitch to perfection. Them elbows don't never lie, and neither do them arm flaps. See, every time I've been to church and the bitch had arm flaps, they could always cook, always. And that's exactly what Tiffany built, just like one of them church mothers that I
So you
see at
saying Miss
church.
Wanda can cook?
I mean, that's what they be saying, like, but
Because
I don't know, because I do think that her like Miss Wando's potatoes look like prison food.
Oh
I
God,
do think that if I was to ever spend like, 5 to 10 in a pen, they would probably hand me a show enough Wanda plate.
they sure the fuck would, because that shit don't even look
Absolutely.
like it's edible for a dog.
Yeah, but then again, I would not give my dog that,
I wouldn't either.
because I feel like when I look at her food, I see a blockage of arteries. I see high cholesterol, and I see a lot of seasoning salt with no other additives.
Mhm.
I just don't I just can't Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda, I'm just letting you know right now, I'm gonna be on your motherfucking head this episode. But
I would
anyway,
too.
so after that scene, we go to the next scene, right?
Mhm.
And we see basically what's her name? Oh, okay, Tisha's coming out of the car. They're walking into like to this facility, and I'm gonna be like, well, what the fuck we at? Like where's the surroundings? They walk past like I felt like three damn motherfucking gates, and they walk into this old dilapidated ass, like I was like, is this the magic school bus? Is this the civil rights bus? Is this what Portia thought that Harriet Tubman was riding around the Underground Railroad in? Back in the 1800s. What is going on? So they go in there and they see Miss Wanda, and she says that this is the truck that she wants Marceau and Tisha to buy for her food truck, for the food truck company. And I'm looking crazy, Marceau looking crazy, but the only two people that are not looking crazy is coincidentally Tisha and Wanda, because obviously this is a good choice. I'm not mad per se that she wants a food truck. It's not that. I'm saying instead of buying a $40,000 to $50,000 food truck and putting all of this money into the to fixing the engine, fixing the inside, why not just buy a good motherfucking food truck the first time around? Why
That
not?
shit should have been condemned. That truck was rusted on the outside and the inside. You can't throw paint or shit on that thing to clean it up. It looks horrible inside and out. Miss Wanda is a fool if she bought that truck. Will buy that. Who in the hell gonna buy that ugly ass truck for $40,000? I wouldn't even give you $4 for the damn thing. It was a mess.
Right.
I was actually on both Marceau and Tisha's side, because I got Tisha's point. You want me to go into business with Martell, a nigga that's after her and said that you slept with 20 women, but then I got Marceau's side. She ain't come with a business plan. Miss Wanda, I don't even think Miss Wanda has any kind of business acumen. I mean, what is her saying? Never trust a bitch who buys shoes that don't come in a box. Whatever the hell that shit means. Can somebody please tell me what that means if anybody knows what that means? Because I still have yet to figure it out. I don't think Ms. Wanda has any kind of business acumen. Like I've been saying in my reviews for the last, at least year or two, the public school system failed that damn family. The public school system failed the shit out of them, because when they talk, they all sound uneducated, and I'll talk about that later when we talk about that damn gathering that they had. But they sound uneducated. That truck,
Yeah.
that Hispanic man, he was, when he saw Miss Wanda's, when he's, as I call her, Wanda and her curls. When he saw Wanda and her curls come up to him, he said, "Ooh, I got a sucker right here. I'm gonna sell her this piece of shit, and she'll take it
Exactly.
because it's
Because
gonna
at the
cost you
end of the
more."
day, the truck would match the food, both of them being pieces of shit.
Like that truck, it's gonna cost you some. It's $40,000 you spending on that piece of shit, but you got to buy a new engine and all kind of stuff. You're gonna spend a lot more than $40,000 on that truck. I
Hmm.
would burn it. They need to burn that mother. She said it's been sitting there for a year. It should have been burned, destroyed, some, because it's a piece of shit. It's an eyesore. I mean, that shit had rust on it.
It did have rust on it, and I was just so confused, and I was thinking like, does Tisha and Marcel really have the money that they're trying to make it seem that they have? Because I just can't imagine if they did that this is the truck that they would be okay with buying. Why would I would expect if we had this money, like, and this is just me. I'm saying if my mama had brought me to that fucked up truck and I had all of this money, I done sold an apartment complex, then bought 51, the majority shifts of Scope, all of this shit that everybody's saying. We building houses, we doing all of this stuff. My man is always going to different states to do quote unquote work with bitches with wide backs, but that's besides the point. But I'm saying like all of that, I would imagine that when you saw your mama brought you to this truck, that you would be like, Mama, I could get you a good ass truck already. Mama, let me take you to somewhere we can get a good truck that's actually working. Wouldn't you say that? Or will you be completely fine, with the fuck shit?
I ain't buying that piece of shit.
Exactly. So I'm
I'm,
saying like they obviously are financially not in the strongest place if they are okay with even buying that
well, you
truck.
see,
Why
Marceau
wouldn't
didn't
you
want
buy
to
your
buy that
mama a
truck.
working truck?
Marceau don't want to buy it. It's Tisha's ass that wants to buy it. Look like a fool. Like, I mean, I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but that book has been ran to the mud.
We don't ever get to see the houses that they flip high vibes because he flips them for his fucking side bitches and the people that he be fucking on the side. That's why we probably don't see them allegedly. Cause trying to see these houses flip when you have bitches with wide backs running up and through the hallways, that he done slept with, then it's pretty hard to do that. But I guess we just at this point, this ain't even love and marriage. It's wide backs and attitudes, Huntsville, because that's all I saw throughout the episode, y'all. This episode was not giving once again. Carlos, I know you probably over there, like you probably might have Martel's penis in your mouth,
Ugh.
or somebody else's, quote unquote, allegedly. But I'm saying, when are you gonna stop when are you gonna stop forcing
Who's the
Tisha
allegedly?
and her family on us? I mean, I like Kiki and all, but I'm talking about the rest of these people. I don't want to see Bernard in this struggle ass hairline with the blonde
Oh,
dye.
I was
I
hoping.
don't I don't want to see Tisha Cousins, talking about their like they 80,000 kids that they done had. I don't want to see any of this stuff. If you're gonna try to ease us into a motherfucking spinoff, because that's what I felt like this was, because I felt like the cousins are getting way too much TV time. What is going on? Why do we care about these people? Why do we care about, the pregnancies of that lady with the hard ass, wig on? But I ain't trying to like, skip ahead or anything. But I'm just saying, like, we don't want to see a whole episode full of Tisha and Marceau. And I would really like it if you stop assaulting us with it, Carlos. Please, can you stop? But then again, who else we gonna depend on? Because we can't depend on Kimmy. We can't depend on Maurice because they too busy being in everybody else motherfucking drama, trying to get the attention off of them. And we damn sure can't trust who else we got? Who else we got? Who else we got at this point? Because everybody just trying to talk about Melody this whole season. But at the end of the day, I ain't trying to see Tiffany either. We need to gut this cast and start all over again because it's not giving. They like it gives when they're all together, but because of all the beef and the strife, ain't nobody really filming together like they used to. So we don't really get to see them like really go at it as much or really like enjoy like the back and forth shade because ain't nobody cool like that. It's like we're watching three individual stories with no collaboration between the castmates.
Because they say on social media with everything is on social media with these people, and I think that's what's hurting this show a lot is the fact that they sit on Miss Wanda and her curls sit on social media talking about Mel and her kids. I'm like, lady, don't you have something better to do with your day? I mean, can't you figure out a better recipe than throwing all that shit on that potato? Ugh, that potato. Like, I saw a picture where it looked like it had some green beans on it. I'm like, who the fuck puts green beans on a potato?
I don't
And I love
know,
me a
but
baked potato,
right,
but not I,
until she started doing better by them potatoes though, JB, she gonna be built like one. Cause that's
ugh,
exactly what she built like. Every single time she tried to show off that figure, is giving boiled egg. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
ugh. But yeah, with the cast, they stay on social media, and that's what's the downfall for them is they everything lives out on social media. Mel goes live. Martell goes live. Miss Wanda goes live. Everybody goes live on this damn cast. So you don't get. I mean, you ain't gonna get nothing. And then now that we got the nightcap with Carlos King, that's even worse. Because I mean, when what the first episode when Mel was on there talking shit about Destiny, about the fact that she went over to that woman's house and saw a cut off notice on her door, and oh, I paid it for her. What kind of fucking friend is I? Mel would not be my friend. I just can't be friends with somebody like that because you the type of person that when we fall out, oh, I'm putting all your shit on blast. It wouldn't be for me. So yeah, that's what it is with this show for me. I believe is the fact that they sit on social media all day, every day, and even they're like what happened what last week when they had the fight that was on social media. I'm like, damn, do y'all have anything better to do? Y'all must not have no storyline because you're sitting on social media all day. Hell, they
But
must be.
like my thing is this though. Like I get okay. First, we have to hold on to the to chronological
Yeah.
order. So Wanda was basically saying like, yeah, so I really need this. I need y'all to do this, and I really need this money. Like I really need this right now. And Marceau was looking at her crazy. Tisha is agreeing with her mama, and I'm not mad at the fact that she wants a truck. That's
I ain't
not the
either.
case. I'm just mad that that's the truck that she wants. I feel that if she was gonna get something, get it right the first time around, so we don't have to go back and try to do repairs. And everybody who's coming into the live, thank you for like joining us. This is a ratchet motherfucking live. Please make yourself at home, grab a blunt, grab some food. Bitch is about to get ratchet. But at the end of the day, back to what I was saying though. But anyway, and like the video too, by the way. Don't be no hater. Be a motivator. But why not just get a good truck the first time around instead of getting
It's
this old beat up truck? So, but I'm sitting here thinking that he doesn't want to help her with the business at all. That's what he's saying. He doesn't care if it's, and my thing is this, it's a food truck. Regardless if regardless if she buys it or not, like, her cooking food, I don't really think that they're like investing in her business. They just buying her food truck. The rest, she says she has it. She has all of the food herself. She says she knows how to cook. Like what else do they need to do? It's not like they're building up a brick and mortar. It's not like they have expenses. She wants to do this all herself. She just saying, I need y'all to buy the food truck. So at the end of the day, why not do it if you have this much money? Talking about it's like throwing away $40,000. I was like, but you out here paying for motel rooms in Atlanta allegedly with bitches with wide backs. Ain't that throwing away money out of the marriage? We can't, but now all of a sudden we can't just help my mama out. If you ever get into a predicament and you had a like a way to pay for your mom to do something, and she done sat here and raised you and did right by you, why not? Beyonce did it with Tina Knowles. Tony Braxton did it with her mama and her sister, so she wants to do it for her mama.
true. The hell do they got it like that? Is the real question.
Yeah.
That's
And
that's a
I
million
just
dollar
wanted to
question.
talk about one more thing. Now,
Sure.
when it comes to Destiny and Melody, I need you to understand, like, real quick, that I look at myself as impartial.
Hmm.
But when I look at the whole Destiny and Melody thing, like if when I was on stage, with everybody at the reunion, and Carlos looked at you and asked you, so is everything that Tisha is saying is true about, Melody being a fake friend and, only being cool with you if she needs you or anything else like that? And you fucking say you don't motherfucking know. And you don't know if I'm a good friend or not, and you don't know if I'm a user or not, and we've been friends this whole time, and I'm calling you my sister, and you just mad because I haven't spoken to you in a few weeks. Oh, bitch, when I see you, it's gonna be fucking issues. And Destiny still has not given us any receipts to prove that Melody was not a good friend of her. But Melody is providing receipt after receipt after receipt. Like, I did this for her, I did that for her, I did this for her. Because at the end of the day, everybody's saying that, oh, Melody is don't know how to be a friend. Melody don't know how to do this. Melody don't know how to do that. So if you telling me I don't know how to be a friend, I'm gonna prove to you how I was a good friend towards her. So I feel like that's what it was. Maybe it was, a little bit tacky for her to do that. But given the circumstances and the shit that Destiny is going around saying, why not prove yourself? I know if my friend gave me $6,000 to help me pay for my utilities that were about to get cut off, I wouldn't be out here on stage acting like I don't fucking know if she's a good friend or not because I haven't spoken to her in 3 weeks. On the phone, at least.
Mhm.
Are you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'm different than. I mean, I get what you're saying. My thing is, I'm the type of person, if I do some shit for you and you will do some shit like what Destiny did on that stage, I'm like, okay, bitch, I see you and I got you. Next time you need help, guess who you can't call? You can't call me. But I would be like, I was a good friend to you. I'm not gonna air your business out because that's not my personality. I don't because I had a friend that I fell out with a few, some years ago, and I knew a lot of shit on her, but I never aired her dirty business, even though she thought I did. I never aired her business out. I'm like, I'm not that type of person because if I do something for you, it's out of the kindness of my heart. And that's just how I am. And if you fuck me over, we good. You ain't never got to worry about me doing you ain't got to worry about me doing anything else for you. But I just ain't gonna be one of those people. But like I said, I get why Mel did it. I just didn't. The only thing that I just did not like was her talking about the utility bill. That was the only thing. Now when she and Destiny sat down at that restaurant and she put up them text messages, I was on Mel's side. Like I was like, okay, Mel, you proved your point that you text her and she didn't respond to you, and then you caught her on the line when she said that she didn't say what was that phrase? This phrase she said, whatever it was. I'm cool with Mel bringing them text messages as receipt because I am one of those people. I don't ever delete a text message thread because if you try to say that you didn't say something, bitch, I got you. You said this on June 1st, and I said this in response to you. That's how I am. I'm not gonna put your dirty business out there, but I'm just gonna show you, like, you know what? You want to lie? I got the proof.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Melody has literally been dropping receipts, and honestly, a lot of people saying like Mel is not being a good friend to these women. Mel don't know how to be a good friend. Look, bitch. If I ever find out that any one of you motherfuckers are out here knowing that my man is cheating on me, smiling in my motherfucking face, telling me I got a good man at home and he's a good guy, bitch. If I find out that you knew, every single time I see you, it's gonna be games and me playing in your face. So I don't think that anything that Mel is doing is outside of the question. My thing is this: if you're gonna play in these bitches' faces, play in their face, Melody. Go ahead, be completely, the jokester, but don't play in our face. Like you don't have to sit here and lie to us about why you're doing the things that you're doing because we know why you invited Kiki. We know why you were saying the things that you're saying, but we're not mad at you for doing that. Just stop making it seem like that you're not doing what you're doing because we're
That'd
not
be my
dumb.
thing with her. That's my thing with that. Just be real. Be like, I don't fuck with Tisha, and I know her cousin don't fuck with her. So shit, I brought her on so we can talk some shit about her. I respect that. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it. But I would have more respect for you if you just say, I don't fuck with Tisha like that, and I know her cousin don't fuck with her. So shit, let's be messy together. I would respect
exactly.
that.
And to be honest, let's move like I'm trying to be chronological. Okay, so after this, after we get done wrapping up the show, because we only got probably I think about two or three more scenes left before we only got I think the car ride, we
When
have
Melody fell
the
asleep.
the questioning in the city, and then after that we have like the family drama. Then we'll be good. Then we can just really just start to go in about what we think. So tell me, what did you think? And I want you to expound upon what you think. What did you feel about what Tiffany was saying in the car about her marriage towards, Louis?
Can you remind me what she said? Because I don't pay Tiffany that much attention.
Okay, JBs, you
I
got
really
you
don't.
gonna if you gonna be a reviewer, you got to do better. You got to do better, friend.
A
You
lot. I
can't be
don't.
out
I
here
don't.
tuning the girls out when you have to review.
I do, and I'll tell people in my reviews, I want to listen to this scene, and we gonna move on.
Okay, so
The
basically,
only
she
thing I
was
remember her
saying
saying
that
was that she
like.
gave him head.
Yeah, she did say that. She was like, I suck him up, I fuck him up, and do everything that I'm supposed to do. What else does he need, like, help with, And he's going to, Atlanta. I don't have an issue with that. Like, she's basically saying they had like this whole 4-year deal when they were supposed to, just keep their head down and work and everything else like that. I was like, wait, you surprised married this man just to like completely ignore him for 4 years? That didn't make no sense to me. And then she's just was going in about, how he's too needy and she feel like she does what she's supposed to do, but obviously not, Tiffany, because if your
Yeah,
man felt that way, he wouldn't be voicing those opinions. And it's very important that you listen to how he feels, because the moment that you don't, really this could really get rough for you, because you don't want a man that feels unheard, like, uninterested in you and everything else of the sort, to start looking elsewhere. Then you start picking up bitches like Ariane Curry, going live on IG every motherfucking day, throwing subliminals at you in your wide back, because you and your husband both have wide backs, just to throw that out there. Like I said, this is wide backs and attitude Huntsville. That should be the name of the damn show. But like I was saying, like, it seems to me that Tiffany does not want to be in this marriage, that she had ulterior motives. But can you talk for a moment, for 1 second, JB's? I'll be right back.
yeah. I mean, I think with Tiffany, that like I said, I feel like the shit she's doing this season is for a storyline. She doesn't want a baby. I don't really buy that for anything that she wants a baby with Louis. Now she was talking down on him in that whole scene. I do remember that she was talking down on it. I'm like, damn, but you don't want to surprise him with a whole wedding at a baseball stadium. What they do, I still don't understand why she did that. That makes no sense to me. You spend money to surprise a man with a wedding. Who does that and why? Like, just don't understand it. And then when Mel was telling her, to listen to him when he talks about, her wanting to have a baby. How you gonna have a baby if you're saying that you don't have time for your husband? But when you have the baby, that's gonna add more to the plate. I just think when it comes to Tiffany, I really believe that Tiffany is doing a lot of stuff for storyline. I just don't buy anything when it comes to Tiffany, because one last season she was so transparent, but we don't know anything about Tiffany. We are 2 seasons in with Tiffany, and we still don't know much about her. So I'm over Tiffany. I just We can drop Tiffany after this season. We can literally drop Tiffany after this season. I don't need Tiffany on my screen ever.
I agree. I agree. So while she's talking, Melody goes to sleep. Do you think it's because Tiffany is long winded or Tiffany is boring? Which one?
Both. She's boring and long winded. It's both. Because like I told you, I wasn't listening to her, so I felt the same way Mel did. I was on Mel's side. I mean, she's going on and on and on about nothing. I'm like, what are we talking about? Again, I don't believe Tiffany really wants a baby. I just don't buy that. It's just giving me storyline, because a lot of these people don't have storylines. If you literally just sit back and think about Love and Marriage Huntsville, no one has a storyline. We are still talking about shit from season 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. We are still talking about, I mean, the Atlanta trip. We spent how many episodes on that Atlanta trip? How many episodes? Like what, 4 or 5 episodes on it? And we got off that storyline. Then we move over to this shit with Tisha and Kiki. Them, we stayed on that for a few episodes. These people don't have no storylines. It's just given that they have nothing going on in their lives, and they just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. At this point, nobody has a storyline. And then, Dolphin Mouth, she gets on Instagram every day talking about, they using my likeness and whatnot. Man, I really want to know what school all these people went to, because everybody gives remedial. Dolphin Mouth is talking about people using her likeness and her image. Then she grew up in a 2-parent household. I just don't like none of these people. Again, nobody has a storyline on Love and Marriage Huntsville. We watch it every Saturday, but there's no storyline. We talk about the same shit week in, week out. Because next weekend we gonna deal with the shit with Tisha and Kiki. We just keep going back in a circle, back in circles, back in circles with
Whose side
everybody
are
on
you
this show.
on? Whose
With
side are
Kiki
you
and
on with? Yeah, with the whole Kiki and Tisha thing.
I am on neither, but I can see so because I still don't because with Kiki and Tisha, Kiki still won't tell us what it is that Tisha told to Melody and Martell. If I know what was said, then I can be like, okay, maybe I'm on her side, maybe I'm on this side. But for me personally, and I saw somebody say in the comment they weren't really talking about Tisha, but they were speaking on her marriage and Kimmy. I'm not gonna Kimmy, but Kiki was dead ass wrong. Family or not, I mean, with my family, even if we have a disagreement, I'm not going to go to my family's quote unquote enemy and talk about their, talk about anything negative in their marriage, even if it's true or not true. So I'm really not on either one of their sides. I just really want to know what happened. If Kiki tells me she said, "Oh, I'm a thief," or I'm on crack," or something like that. If Kiki tells me what it is that Tisha said, maybe I can be on her side a little bit more because that's really what it is. That's what the determining factor is for me. If Kiki ever says what was said, if Kiki says what was said, I'd be like, okay, cool. But even still, Kiki said that her and Tisha talked about it 4 years ago, and you still holding on to it. But last season at Tisha's graduation, you was coming at Kimmy, so it must not have been that bad.
That is true.
Because I'm not
But
going to
my
case.
thing is, I guess maybe she found out that Tisha tried to keep her off the show.
I mean, I guess if I mean, yeah. See, reality TV and fame, that's one hell of a drug. And people just want, I mean, as much as this show, like I said a few minutes ago, as much as we watch this show every Saturday, it be trending on Twitter. These people ain't got no storylines. So what you gonna come? What is Kiki gonna come on the show and talk about? Because
A
she's not
lot.
she's not because she's. I mean, is she really a part of this friend group? Is the question. She says she is, but she hasn't been. We have. I mean, we see everybody else in the background, but we haven't really saw Kiki.
I think that she could join the show. I think that she has a lot to offer. I feel like she could join. She could end up being a part of the friend group. Like Stormy don't know nobody. Destiny didn't know nobody. Kimmy called her man the chicken man, and Kimmy and Melody didn't know each other that well either. You
Yeah,
know. So at the end of the day, hey Alex. But at the end of the day, I just feel like she has a lot of story that I want to know. I want to see the interactions between her and Tisha. I want to know more of that the family drama. Since they want to push the motherfucking family in the forefront, put Tisha
please
on the
don't.
show. Let us know more about the show because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about that. Like that turtle headed nigga impregnating that girl that none of us knew or cared about.
I
I
don't
want
want
to
to see
know
that
what's been
uneducated
going on
man.
between Kiki and Tisha, and I can't help that something about Kiki is very likable
I
for
mean, yeah,
me.
she is likable. I'll give her that. I'll definitely give her that. She's likable, but yeah, I mean, she's definitely likable. I don't know. Maybe they could bring her on and give her a quote unquote peach for the show. Maybe they could bring her on. I really want her to go deep into what the hell Tisha told Melody and Martell. That's all I want to know. What the fuck was said? If yeah, I need to know what was. I know we don't. I mean, they might not want to talk about it, but girl, you brought it up on camera, so it's like, oh, let me say, oh, Tisha said this about me to Melody and Martell, but then let's not talk about it. No, bring it up. This is reality TV. When y'all sign up for this reality TV shows, you got to come. You got to bring the good and the bad. I mean, look at Melody and Martell with that situation. I know when they
Hmm.
probably signed up for this show, they probably never wanted that to come out about Dolphin Mouth, but unfortunately, the dumbass she talks too much.
Like my thing is this: regardless of whatever it was, if it was so serious and y'all was trying to protect, Melody and Martell, why would Melody and Martell then go back to Kiki and her husband and tell them what you done told them? Because it probably didn't even need to be told in the first place. Nobody's safety was probably, affected or anything else. And if it was bed bugs, they dead ass wrong for that because that's not something that you should have told anybody.
Wait a minute, bed bugs. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
Man,
some
if it
people
was
are
bed
saying
bugs,
that
that ain't
like
got
that they told Melody and Martell that Kiki and them had bed bugs. That's what they saying.
that ain't
Like
got
I don't know
shit to
how
do with
true
Melody
that
and
is,
Martell.
but at the end of the day, your husband built like a bed bug, Tisha. So we have to deal with him in the party. So you should be completely fine with anybody else being in the party. And at the end of the day, they did come and nobody got bed bugs. So you telling the people that they had bed bugs don't seem like you was caring about anybody else, because it's so funny that you want to, tell Melody and tell Martell, that bed bugs are allegedly in their home, when if Kiki comes over, but you didn't feel like it was right enough to tell, Melody that Martell was having matching BMWs with side bitches. Tisha. Like, but all of a sudden, when it came to Kiki, oh, I just had to be the right person to tell this because me as a friend, but you as a friend knew that Martell was cheating because he was cheating, like, in tandem with your nigga, but you didn't say anything.
My family come before my friends. I don't give a damn. And even if my
Like
family had
Tisha's
input,
and Tisha, just because you start motherfucking crying and just because you start like, sound like you about to tear up, don't mean that all of a sudden we don't have any more touch, with reality and logic. Because what you're saying does not make a fucking lick of sense. But
it
I'm
don't.
gonna move on because I'm gonna get to this. And I hope that y'all are ready for this. But like, the next scene that we see is basically them going like, I guess it's to Utah, the town, and they're going to the library first, and they're looking up for yearbooks and shit like that. I'm up here like, I'm confused. Like, what are we just going to random places and just looking up stuff to see if your mom's stuff is there? Like, you don't have no specific type of, direction. Like, she was just walking up to random people like, hey, stranger, do you know my mama? Man over there crossing the street. Excuse me, do you know my mama? And I
That's
was
even
like, this is very odd. And what made it even more odd is that the man was basically telling us in 1977, which is understandable, that lynching, was acceptable if they caught a black man with a white woman. But Tiffany was born in 1987, which is what I was trying to fucking figure out why the fuck he even brought that up anyway. Because I feel like if you're trying to say that happened in 1977 and bitch, I'm born in 1987, you're trying to tell me it's a possibility that my family could have been lynched. So what, like, and then I'm saying, like, what the fuck was y'all doing lynching people in 1987 that close to the 90s?
that part.
It ain't like this was 1962 or 1951. Bitch, this is like literally around the corner from 1990. Mariah Carey, In Vogue, and these people were out around this time. Just so we're clear. And that's another thing. Tiffany is trying to convince us that she is 6 years younger than Beyonce. Do y'all believe this? She's trying to convince us that she is on the around the same age as me.
A lot. I don't care who tell
She,
it.
like, Tiffany is trying to convince us that she younger than Kelly Rowland.
And that she's 2 years older than I am.
And that she younger than Melody and Tisha and Destiny and Stormy. And I'm up here like, bitch, listen. Well, I'm not.
Tiffany was born in the
Quit
70s.
in my fucking face.
Tiffany was born in 1977. I don't care what she say. A lot don't care who tell it. Because
A
that
lot
ass is
don't
old.
care.
That ass is older than me. And not by
Like,
2 years.
Tiffany, you built like Tiffany. My
But that
mama and
scene
you
was
built almost identical, and my mama is 55.
that whole scene was staged.
You and my mama both look like y'all around the same age, sis. You
I
do
swear I thought
not.
when Tiffany was 55 or something. Tiffany looked like she in her 50s, especially the way she dresses. No shade to anybody that's in their 50s, but Tiffany dresses, actually, she dresses like my grandma used to dress, especially that reunion dress she had on last season. I was like, girl, who gave you this dress and why?
With them straps cutting out the circulation to them arm flaps.
Like,
That was the one you talking about.
Yep. But that scene with her and Melody, it was staged because I mean, that random black man sitting outside of his barbershop, and then there go a boom microphone and the camera crew right up on him. Oh, I know your mama. She hung up with this other white girl, but I don't know her name. But yeah, I definitely know your mama. She was pregnant around that time. Really, sir? So you just happen to come out your store at your shop at this time, and you know her mama. Now,
Mm-hmm.
granted, now that town did look pretty sundown town. I will say that they did look like a sundown town. So it is possible in the 80s that they was lynching people, but because I mean, did you see that town? It did look very sundownish to me, so I wouldn't be too surprised. But I don't know if they lynching people behind sleeping with Becky's.
My thing is this. I just feel like nothing that she gives us is organic. It all
At
feels
all.
rehearsed. It all feels like that is just not real. That she's just trying to stay on the show. And I'm saying, Tiffany, if you don't have anything to give to the show, girl, leave it behind. You don't need the money. Cause like we're bored. You have nothing to offer us. She gonna walk up to this random black man and say, "Hey man, do you know my mama?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He didn't she didn't say a name. She didn't say
Just
a
showed them a
birthday.
picture.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, yo mama, Earlene Robinson, 1957. Social security number is 595-444-4444. Oh yeah. She used to go to school with my friend. She actually had sex with somebody. I was like, this is so fucking unrealistic. And here you go, Melody, being so annoying. Girl, excuse me, hold on. And let me go ask him. So she just marching up to random people along the street. Excuse me, sir, do you know her mama? No? Okay. Then they went into a building, asked the man, and then they started basically talking about like, do you know anybody that got lynched? He was like, oh no, no, no. I don't know nobody that
And
got
that's what
lynched that
threw
used
me
to
when
hang
he
out with
said
me.
that he don't know anybody that got lynched. Again, I'm not saying that lynching don't happen. It does, but it's not. I mean, they just passed a bill about lynching in 2022, but that town look like it's yay big. So I think people will really know if somebody's being lynched in that town because it don't look like it got the population of maybe what 10. I won't even say 10, maybe 10,000 people. So I'm not saying that it can't happen, but I just don't know if they lynching behind a white girl. I would think they would be lynching somebody just because of the color of their skin, not because he slept with. And even, I mean, think about it. They said lynching because black people with white women, but you wouldn't know that until the baby came out. That the baby was. I mean, when you see the baby, you wouldn't know that until then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of confusing when he said that they were lynching behind them sleeping with a white girl. Unless you in the bedroom with them, you don't know who she's sleeping with. Unless her mom and daddy come in and see it. That's it.
I don't know Crispies if she really born in 1987, but I do know that these bitches be lying because the internet is also telling us that Kimmy is 33.
Say what?
The internet is saying that Kimmy is 33 years old.
That's a damn lie.
You want me to prove it?
Kimmy is not 33. I'm about to be
Hold on,
33.
hold on. Let me show y'all. Look at this.
Kimmy wasn't born in no 1989.
Look at this. Kimmy said that she is a motherfucking generation, a millennial in this bitch. Like
Jalen is in
Kimmy,
his
judging
20s.
like Kimmy, the grandma cleavage, everything that you're giving me is a hard 55. Sis, you ain't fooling me. It's like I'm tired of these bitches lying about their age.
Kimmy is got to be Miss Wanda's age because Jalen is in his 20s. That means
Jalen,
she has
yeah,
to.
and I was thinking that because I was like, so are you trying to say that you and Jalen are about 7 years apart? I was like, you like this doesn't make any sense, Kimmy. She not anybody's 33. But anyway, I
Damn
thought
sure.
that, Tiffany was going to be in that area for like X amount of days, but they were only there for a couple of hours before they booked it right back to Alabama. I was like, I wonder, was it supposed to be like a trip with them staying there? But
I
they
thought it was
maybe
a
felt
girls' trip.
uncomfortable after that white man said, like, people was getting lynched. And I was like, maybe they felt like we need to get our black asses up out this city right now because we ain't safe. So maybe it could have been that, but I was like, all of this, you could have did this with your husband.
She
This
could
wasn't
have.
a girl's trip at all.
She definitely could have did that with her husband, and she could
Exactly.
have did it off
But
camera.
she don't want her husband. That's the thing. She don't want him.
She could have did it off camera as well. Google
Exactly.
ancestry,
Because
23andMe, something. I didn't need
exactly.
to see that scene.
So the next scene that we see, y'all, is basically the next scene. I believe now we're at the
That old
cookout
lady scene.
with Marceau and Tisha's family.
Oh God.
What did you think about that?
I didn't need to see it because I feel like they're trying to give Wanda and her curls and that ignorant ass family a spinoff, and I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them people on my screen, especially that Bernard with that, was that hair blonde, but he got a big ass bald spot in the top of his head. Sir, you need
Yeah.
to figure out which one you want. What you want? Do you want the bald spot or do you want the blonde? Because
It likes
they both look ridiculous. And then when that
Bro,
man,
that nigga had a dollop of hair, like doop 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 a dollop, like that nigga. It like somebody just politely just put like a little dip of hair on his fucking head. I was so fucking offended,
do
but
anybody
I
know what
can't
that man
hold you.
was saying?
Bernard was giving me my life. I was literally here for Team Bernard. I'm here.
He
I
was
was
funny.
here for Bernard. Bernard was literally having me crying the whole. He was in Marceau's ass the whole time.
Was he saying he did he say Marceau called him? Was he trying to say minion, but he said a minikin?
I don't know. I can't decipher, broken English by
That
country
ain't even
bumpkins.
that ain't
I'm
even
from the West
English.
Coast. Yeah, I don't know what language that was in, but all I can say is like what I did understand by Bernard, that he was saying that he feels that Marceau was up there trying to make it seem like that he was better than them.
Yeah, from the other side of the tracks.
Yes. For
But
the
I
other
mean, no
side of the
shade
tracks.
to
And I
them,
was
but
like,
they are coming from the other side of the tracks, though. I mean, like I said, the education system, it didn't bode well for that family. Like, did they share a book at the same high school? Because I mean,
I don't
that,
know, but you want to know something I found so motherfucking funny? It was that no matter where Marceau was at,
Bernard
Bernard
was
heard that nigga. Bernard was listening to everything Bernard could have been all the way across the room, but like I said, Martel, yo ass don't know if nigga is a yes or no, Marceau. Marceau is a
mhm.
yes or no. I'm gonna
He
be
was on
like,
Marceau's
Bernard, he in
ass.
the bathroom. How do you even hear what he's saying?
He was on
Like
Marceau's ass.
Marcel's in the damn car talking to Tisha, and you can still hear him from from inside of the building. Like I said, Marcel, don't be talking to Tisha about me. I would be like, how do you hear everything that Marcel is saying? Like he was like, no matter where Marcel went, he could not run away from Bernard, and I was crying because Bernard was hilarious to me.
He
Bernard
was.
was hilarious. And it looked to me like Bernard and Ms. Wanda go to the same hair doctors, go to the same, hairstylist. You think?
Them and Tisha, because Miss Wanda and Tisha wearing, it's a hell
Oh
no.
nah. You by yourself. Tisha been looking good this
That
whole
blonde
season.
wig, that
Which
blonde,
blonde wig? She
in her
like
interview with Marceau, that wig is ugly as fuck.
oh yeah, you right.
That
You
wig is
right.
ugly.
Like, hey J Dub, hey Shirley, hey Roro, hey Mimi, hey Christine, Ellen, Monique, Aubrey. I forgot to say hi to everybody. What's up? What's up, my bitches? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
that
high
wig in
vibes.
the interview was uglier than a motherfucker.
High vibes said Bernard is full of it. He'll be asking Marcel and Tisha for a loan the next day.
He sure will be. Let me borrow $10 so I can go get me a smoke.
I'm
Let me
dead. They do look like they ask for money a lot. And one thing I realized when we were looking at the family was like everybody got a speech impediment.
They sure
I
do.
was like, bitch, is it hereditary?
Like that one cousin
Because
talking about she kind of going through a divorce. What is kind of going through a divorce, boo? Either you're
and
getting a
did you
divorce
and
or
did
you're not.
y'all And did you also hear that basically I felt that he was, I'm talking about Marceau now, was basically inviting the women to look at his dick.
Yeah.
When he was like, yeah, the only way to find out is to do a smell test.
Oh,
He
smell
had
test.
three pretty ass cousins in front of him, and he said, except for you, you can't give me a smell test, Bernard, but y'all
I was
can.
trying to figure out what then when he was saying when he kept saying a smell. I'm like, what is this nigga talking about? A smell test? But Marceau was a gaslighting ass motherfucker because he will get. I mean, they kept talking in circles. I'm like, well, y'all stop talking to this nigga. He is gonna keep saying the same shit, but different ways. He's like, if I say no, you won't believe me. But if I say yes, then you still won't. Like, I'm like, y'all are talking to a brick wall at this point. Marceau is gonna play with your fucking head, and
Mhm.
that's the shit that annoys me with Marceau. Marceau knows what the fuck he's doing. Marceau does this shit every season. He comes at you with he comes at you with the bullshit. He'll say, he'll just keep going back and forth. He won't answer the question. He talks in riddles. Like I said last week, he's like Jim Carrey on Batman. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big bad bat? Like the nigga talks in riddles, and it's like, nigga, what are you talking about? Because he will say the same shit. He'll just reverse what he says, and I just be like, and then Tisha, part of me sometimes want to feel bad for Tisha, but I'm like, I can't. But that scene was set up by Miss Wanda and Carlos to have that family come at Marceau's neck. That family was the one that came. She set that up. I want y'all to go after my son-in-law. Go after my son-in-law. I think that was his wide back ass in that motel, hotel, whatever. I feel like Miss Wanda set that up.
Yeah, I feel like she definitely set that up. And another thing I found out that was very interesting was that, bitch, besides Kiki, it appears that Tisha is the smartest person in the family.
Yeah.
Bitch, it's no hope. It's no hope for them. I mean, J Dub, you could come up here if you want to. Like, I be trying to tell y'all it's open invitation.
So
I
that brother,
invited him because I'm trying, to like do something with somebody else, here and there, because I feel like this episode was a given. So I felt like it would be really interesting to hear two different perspectives because I really didn't have much to give y'all, honestly. So I figured why not give two people and also introduce people to like somebody that they may not like know, like that I like, that I found, on Miss Aubrey's channel. So yeah.
did y'all hear that
But
dumb
like,
shit that
yeah,
that brother
anytime
T
just
Man
hit me up,
said?
J Dub, let me know. I also want to get like Queen E over here because me and her was talking about her coming over here too. I'm trying to tell y'all this channel. If you ready to say what the fuck is on your mind and cuss, this is where you go. This is where you go. But but I really do want to say that if Tisha is the smartest motherfucker on the planet in the family, then that family ain't got no hope. Tisha was out here like, you can't just be out here getting people pregnant. Wear your condoms. I was like, wear your nigga condoms.
And then that
Because
nigga
this
gonna take
nigga
one
got a
for that.
vasectomy and didn't tell you. And then what was so crazy to me is that the same cousin that got a bitch pregnant, before his divorce was even finalized, was the same cousin that felt like he would have the right to come over there and question Marceau about what the fuck he doing. I was like, don't you got a side bitch here that's pregnant?
Sure do.
So how in the hell are you going to sit here and tell anybody anything? We want to know why you and your wife got divorced. Turtlehead.
Like I said, that
I
family.
was just so annoyed. And then them three girls, just answer the question, Marcel. Just answer the question, Marcel. Stop doing that. Just answer the question. Just answer the question. Can you three big bitches get up out my face, please?
They wanted to be on TV.
I was like, I don't know who the fuck y'all think y'all are, but like, it couldn't have been me.
This is a
It couldn't have
setup to
been
give
me.
Wanda a reality show.
I applied Tisha family for having her back like that. But I'm just saying that, like, I don't know how well I would have reacted to a whole family, getting in my face, questioning me about my marriage.
I would have told him go read a book and tell me the big words. Spell
Now
every
you
word
know
for me.
damn well these people don't know how to read no damn book.
Go read a book for me.
That like that to be honest, that's why Kiki grandfather didn't want him didn't want her associated with this side of the family. I know he probably looked at Bernard one good time over there at the barbecue and he was like, "Oh hell no. You never coming back over here again." And she never went back. Look, I'm trying to tell you, I completely understand that Marceau's an asshole and Marceau's a gaslighter.
He sure the fuck is.
But we gotta understand if Tisha is okay with it and she wants to be a stupid bitch, then we have to allow her to be the stupid bitch that she always wanted to be.
That's
We
why I don't
can't
get.
we can't force her to want to stand up for herself and her marriage. If she wants to lay herself down by the riverside and allow her man to drive over her like a tractor trailer, then that's what it's gonna be. Y'all can't force yourselves into people's marriages. And that's my thing. I do think that Tisha's a stupid bitch. I do think that Martell has a wide back. And I do think that Martell titties are way too big for my comfort. But my thing is this is that he wants what he wants and Tisha wants what they want. So at the end of the day, if she's fine with it, then why is everybody else mad? If he cheating and she okay with it and she gonna act like it ain't happening and let the bitch be stupid. Okay? I could care less.
I can't get past a nigga having big ass titties like that. I ain't know. I mean, I saw some big titties on men, but god damn, when you stand up, them hoes just flopping down, just flopping. So I believe that his. I mean, I ain't gonna say that that's his wide back in that photo, but it could be if you got titties that big, you probably got a wide back, allegedly.
And Tisha, bitch, if you ever go live again when Marceau don't have a shirt on, I
Oh wait,
promise.
whoa.
I promise. I will
Mm-mm.
pray, get on my knees and pray and have Jesus send all of the heavenly heavens forces of angels after you, bitch. Don't you
Mm.
ever assault us like that again. If I ever have to look at Marceau bad built ass, bitch, did you hear? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you bitch, but like, did you hear when Bernard said that nigga built like a penguin?
I did.
I was
When he was
like,
talking about
this nigga did
when he was talking
not
about did
just
he
say
want to
he
see their
built like
back?
a
Did
penguin.
they want to see his back?
He was
And
like, "Oh
Bernard
yeah, like y'all want me to take my shirt off and see my back?" He was like,
fuck
"Hell
no,
no, we don't want to see your back, nigga. Built like a motherfucking penguin." I was like, "Hold up."
fuck no,
Not
Lamar.
Bernard got jokes too. I was like, "Can somebody please get Bernard a spot on the show, please? I need to see Bernard. I need to see more Bernard. I
He
need to
need to
see
pick out the
more
hairline
because at
though.
the end, Mocha, you missed that one. Yeah, Bernard had me crying the whole like last like 15 minutes of the episode.
He was
Literally.
hilarious.
It should like that video. Shirley said that video made me throw up. It should be illegal for bad built men to go outside of the house without no shirt on.
I didn't see it. I missed it
You
too.
didn't see it? Don't see it's cursed. Don't see it. I'm like, but like one thing I'm noticing is that own network loves bad built men. That like they protect all the bad built men because if we take a little turn down town on put a ring on the boulevard, we'll see you know on the beach Alfonso without no motherfucking shirt on or with his flowy blouse is showing us his cleavage. I'm tired of the man titties on network. Are y'all? Are we
Yeah,
tired
that's
of man titties on own? I'm pretty sure we tired of the man titties on own. I'm starting to get disgusted by it. But now that I think we really wrapped up everything. Now
yeah.
I really like for about 15 to 20 minutes, I really want us to talk about everything dealing with, Martell, Melody, Destiny, and the rest of the cast. Now,
Hmm.
who do you think is wrong in all of this? I want to know.
In the whole situation with all of them,
Yeah, go ahead.
um, okay. Who do I think is wrong? I think it's equal blame on everybody's part. I do, but the main person who's wrong in a lot of shit is Martell. Martell Holt is. I mean, he causes a lot of the dissension for me because he and Mel well, not even Mel. I'm gonna take Mel out of that. This whole beef between the Scots 1.0 and Martell them, he started when he brought up the comment about the 20 women. I wish he had never brought this shit up because that has given legs and that brought us dolphin mouth. And that is what I'm upset with him about is bringing me dolphin mouth. I don't like that girl. She gets on my last damn nerves. I want her to take care of that damn baby that be always screaming in the background and her daughter Paris. She always the way she talks to them kids. So I'm blaming everything on Marcel because I mean Martell because he is the one that brought us dolphin mouth. In the situation between Mel and Destiny, I can see what people say about Destiny, that Destiny has said some things. Now, I don't follow these people on their lives, so I don't know what was said between Mel and Destiny. I don't know that shit. I steer clear of it. Once I do my review, I am done and I don't look at their lives. But I think it could be, if Destiny was talking about Mel, if you got an issue with your friend, go to your friend and tell your friend how you feel. But at the same time, she was reaching out to you. I mean, and what I think what Destiny wanted from Mel was for her to call her, bitch. I'm sitting here texting you. Respond to the text message. If you don't want to respond to the text message, then I'm gonna be like, okay, you ain't responding to my text message, nothing. I'm wiping my hands clear of you. So I guess if I'm being honest, I guess I'm gonna put most of the blame on Destiny and not Mel. But like I said earlier, I didn't agree with Mel saying she gave her this. It's just for me. I'm just not. I just think about how I am, and I'm not gonna put my friend not put their business out there like that. That's just not my personality at all. I'm the type of person, like I said, if I got receipts, I'm gonna show you the receipts and be like, keep that same energy. Don't go on TV talking shit about me. Remember, I've done this and this and that for you. Don't play me like I'm some dumb bitch that ain't done nothing for you. But like I said earlier, I
Melody,
still just really truly just
but
blame
Melody
Martell.
did do that. She did that at the dinner,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Destiny still want
I
to play
respected that.
games.
I respected that. But just going on the nightcap, it's the nightcap, the $6,000. You can, I mean, say what you say. You can, I mean, I don't really have a big issue with it. I just wouldn't have done it myself personally. I guess is what I should say. I wouldn't have done that myself. But I really, like I said, I
Look,
blame.
I'm
Yeah, I
just
blame.
saying, if bitches didn't want to get embarrassed on national television, they should have watched what they motherfucking said on national television. Period.
True, and you can't control what a person does when, like, if you say something about me, you can't control how I respond back to you. So that's
My
really,
thing
I
is
mean,
like, when it comes to Destiny, she can't never keep her story straight. Even when she was on the show a few episodes ago, she was saying like how her and Tiffany are managing to make a genuine relationship, something that her and Melody didn't even have, although that Melody used to be her ride or die. I was like, well, how was she your ride or die if y'all didn't have an authentic relationship? And I was like, you're sitting here saying that you have an authentic relationship with Tiffany, but Tiffany is literally gaslighting you about what happened between you and Stormy because she don't like you.
she sure the fuck is.
And I was like, so what are you talking about? I was like, just say that you're mad because don't nobody want to do business with you. Don't nobody want to put any of their products in that nasty ass store that you
It's
have.
empty.
And the fact that you lost all of those finances that Mel was helping you do. Like, how dare you sit here and play in this lady's face about her friendship, then get mad when you can't utilize her resources?
True.
That was completely dumb, and everybody was like, "Oh hell no, nah. Melody wrong, bitch. If I'm not friends with you no more, and you double cross me, and you've been talking about me, listen. When I leave, all my connections leave with me, cause you don't get to enjoy the perks of my friendship if we're not friends."
Yeah, and I was watching the nightcap
And I will
last
never
night.
forget. They asked Destiny on stage, "Is Melody a user? Is Melody a bad friend? Does Melody use people and throw them away?" All you had to do was say, "No, I've never experienced that with her." But bitch,
Absolutely.
you said you don't know
And I'm gonna look at you
because you
sideways.
haven't spoken to her in 3 weeks. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you sideways with that comment. Like, bitch, what? You don't know? I'm like, okay. And like I said, I'm the type of person, I'm like, okay, bitch, I see you. I'm gonna raise you one. When next time one of your bills is getting ready to get cut off, guess who ain't gonna help you? This motherfucker right here. I got
And
that. And yeah,
then another thing though, what like I had another issue was the fact that, you know, you basically are sitting here calling me a bad friend, but you want to hold on to this friendship with my ex-husband who's literally been demeaning me on social media, been walking up on me like he's gonna hit me, been putting me through all of this hell, but calling me a bad friend. But that same husband that I had said that your husband left you because you don't know how to shut the fuck up. But that's the nigga that you want to hold on to as a friend. What?
nah.
And and let's just say this, even if you had this friend with Martell, then why didn't you go to Martell and ask that nigga to be your village? Why were you going to Melody about this? If Martell's been your friend for so long, why were you going to his wife about being your village instead of going to your friend that you've been friends with all of this time?
Because
That
she
you
know who
just
to
couldn't
bring
cut
to this.
off because you couldn't cut him off because y'all been friends for so long. But why couldn't you go to him about you needing help with your motherfucking children?
She know who the brains of the operation is, and it ain't Martell. Martell is too busy dipping and doing it with dolphin mouth. Martell ain't got no money. Martell been going around peddling the Mary Kay products last season to her. Martell ain't got the fun. Martell ain't got it. He can't even get his builder's license. The nigga can't even get past an open book test. Like nigga, it's open book. It ain't that damn hard. It's open book.
This motherfucker out here selling Avon products in hope of getting that pink Cadillac and prize money and shit like that. But can't do damn thing with a motherfucking village, right? Like Destiny, you're a fucking
Can't
joke.
even build a village.
Like, you're a fucking joke. And the fact that you sat there after Wanda talked about this woman's kids, and then you want to see her and take all of these pictures smiling in black with her is the exact reason why Melody kids never liked you.
She was on the
That's
bankrupt.
why Mariah and Tank was always saying that you're a boring bitch and they don't want to be around you because you ain't shit.
Now she did lose me last night on the nightcap when Carlos was asking her a question, and she said, "Well, I know where the bodies are buried." Now, why the fuck would you say that? Just like I had an issue with Mel talking about the $6,000. Why you gonna sit here and say you know where the bodies are buried? That means you know something. And again, I'm not that friend that's gonna sit here and blast my friend when we ain't friends. I'm not gonna blast you. I'm like, okay, you want to, but see, the thing is with Carlos, we know Carlos King is messy as hell. I'd be like, Carlos, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get some shit started, and I ain't fucking with it. But with these people, they fall right into his trap every time. Carlos knows what he's doing. He got a bunch of kind of gullible people who don't really see what he's doing, and they fall into the trap. Because that's why I mean, like you said earlier, most of these people ain't even really filming with each other like that because of the shit that goes on social media. Which again, I want them to stop going live every 5 minutes and so talking about. And Miss Wanda, I got a big ass problem with that woman because somebody came at me on Twitter last week about. I said it's about time for Miss Wanda to go because you talking about this woman's kid, saying that might not be Martell's child. That is low as fuck. That is the lowest shit you can do. And I'm just like, you don't. I mean, they were like, well, she was talking about her kid. Tisha's a grown ass woman. Tisha can defend herself. Melody's kids cannot defend themselves, so their mother has to defend them. And then you got your raggedy ass on her with them curls that look like they just too tight. Talking about her kid might not be Martell's. That's some low shit.
Did you also see that Marceau when they got critiqued about that on their comments, Marceau said, but didn't Martell and Melody talk about Wanda's kids?
And again, her kids
Did
are
you
grown.
can you believe he said that?
I didn't even know he said that. That's so you trying
Yeah,
to
he definitely said
defend
that.
it?
And I'm up here like, see, this is what happens when you put a little dick and a wide back together and you mesh them into a whole bitch ass nigga. It like that's the type of nigga that you get. That's okay with people talking about people kids. And I was like, I already know Marceau, that you got a little ass dick. You give me a little dick energy, you little bitch ass nigga. I can't stand people who want to sit here and talk about people kids and condone that. But let's say, like, you want to know what? You lucky. Cause I was really just about to violate you, Marceau, and your kids. But see, I ain't gonna do that because I'm a better person, you know. But at the end of the day, you want to sit here and key about your bad built ass, mother-in-law writing motherfucking, synopsis about how people kids ain't theirs. But let's talk about the fact that your mama that's in that motherfucking wheelchair, not even claiming her motherfucking failures that she done birthed into this fucking world. Let's talk about the fact that your mama be ducking and dodging this fucking camera because you and your other wide back brothers don't know how to fucking conduct yourselves like civilized individuals.
They sure the
Let's
fuck
talk
don't.
about that. Let's talk about how every single time your brothers get on live, get on TV, y'all embarrass y'all mama just a little bit more. By the time the TV's off, she's ducking behind the wheelchair out of the sheer embarrassment that you wide back bitches then put into the atmosphere towards her.
I don't want to claim them niggas either, especially that other one. What is his name?
Mark.
What is
Oh, you talking about
it?
Mark Scott. Mark Scott, the same
Ah,
fat ass one that looks like Denise Clark from the Clark sisters. And it's such a funny thing that nigga
that,
looked like Denise Clark because just like she was, he's rejected by all of his family as well. Like he's the black sheep of the family too. Both of you motherfuckers are two sides of the same coin. You and Denise Clark.
that nigga
Mark.
is obsessed with Mel. I ain't never saw nobody more obsessed than Mark. Mark, the few lies that I've caught about Mark, all he talks about is Mel. I'm like, damn, do you want Mel? Like your brother allegedly wants her? Like, I would be embarrassed to say that them are my sons. If somebody said, "Oh, I saw your sons on TV," no, the fuck you didn't. What sons? I don't know who you're talking about. I wouldn't claim them niggas for anything in the world. Like at one point, I thought Maurice might have been a good person, but then I'm starting to see, nah, nigga, you just like them other two. You just more sneaky with your shit. Maurice is just more sneaky. I don't even know if he's that sneaky, but he's definitely just like his brothers. And if there's more of them, I don't want to see them. I don't ever want to see them. When I first saw Mark,
Monique,
I'm
why
like,
are you even Monique, why are you even talking to Mark's fat ass? Why are you talking to a bad built nigga who spend all of his time, talking about somebody's mom who they hooked up with? Like, what motherfucker sitting here like trying to expose Vanessa? What? You trying to sit here and expose Vanessa for sleeping with you? Like, why are you sitting here so proud that Melody Mama gave you a little piece of the puss? Why would you young as you are in your 40s, why are you even so proud to say you slept with a woman in her 60s?
when he in his 40s, I thought he was older than that. Shit.
No, he's in his 40s.
He
Miss
looked older
Van is
than
in her 60s. Miss Van wasn't a teen mother like, Melody was, I think. Well, I take that. Well, no, I don't think she was a teen mom. I don't think she was.
I think Mel was in her 20s when she had her kids.
Yeah. So I was just a little bit confused, why he wants us to know that he had sex with Van. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I love Miss Van, and Miss Van is a beautiful woman, but I don't want to think about Miss Van without no clothes on.
I don't want to think about none of them
I
without clothes on.
I don't like I look at thinking about Miss Van and Mark without clothes on in the bed is like watching two Cadillacs rub each other underneath like I guess those like those like window things that you put in when you don't want the sun to hit you,
Mm-hmm.
like the UV protection covers, like two big Buicks like rolling around like underneath some blankets. I just can't imagine it. Mocha says she's older than Miss Van. Oh shit, maybe is everybody a teen mother on here? Miss Vanessa was in college when she got pregnant with Mel, so I don't know if she was in her late teens or early 20s. I'm saying, let me look and see how old Miss Van is real quick. But in the meantime, tell me what you think, JB's.
I think when it comes to Mel and Miss Van, I think they were both in they because everybody said I know Mel and Martell met in college, so I'm assuming these people were at least like almost 20 or so when they got pregnant. I think. I don't know. But I just don't want to picture. I don't want to picture. You talking about Miss Van? You don't want to picture her. I don't want to picture Mark having sex with anything. I don't even want to picture him getting himself off. Mark is repulsive. When I look at Mark, I see Marceau, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Again, they mama. I just wouldn't claim them. I would not claim them as my kids. They are a complete embarrassment, and the way that they treat women. I just wonder what your dad. How did your daddy treat your mama? Because you learned that from your daddy. You learn that from somewhere, that because they have the mentality that a woman's role is in the house. They have the that's what their mentality is. And like I said, that damn Mark, that is an obsessed nigga. He needs to go seek mental health because it's something wrong with the nigga. Because he was on a live that I watched. Somebody sent it to me where he was talking to these young women, and I was in the comments when he was talking to them, and I said, y'all should just get this nigga off y'all screen because this nigga is ignorant as fuck. Ignorant as all fuck. Like I can't with Mark. I cannot with Mark Scott. That bloodline needs to be erased at some point.
Whenever I see Mark and I see them, I see him like holding on holding these lives on his like Android phone. Like whenever I look at the screen, it just look like it just smells like earring backs wherever he's at. Like you just smell earring backs, belly button lint, and everything when you look at Mark. Like Mark just makes you feel very uncomfortable. He makes you feel like you just need to go take a shower. Because Mark, if I'm not mistaken, Mark, are you like, do you be taking your videos in like, those like, extended stays, motels? Because that's what it looked like. Do you have a home, Mark? What do you do for a living, Mark? How do you pay your phone bill?
That's what I've been wondering because that nigga spent a lot of time on live.
He
Like
does.
when he
And he
go-
didn't inserted himself into all of this and try to make and then try to play us and make us feel that we all came to him with the shits. We don't know you, Mark. Like
he
last
just as
time I
dumb as
checked, I did
dog
not
about.
hit up Denise Clark to go check, to see what he had to think about, Melody Holt. Did not do that.
Mark is just as dumb as Dolphin Mouth is because this live that I was watching him on, he was like, they be using my likeness. Nigga, you have never been on this show. They've talked about you more than once, but we ain't never saw you. I want these people to know what it means to
Well,
use your
well,
likeness.
what he means by that, JB, is that like when we're talking about bad built niggas with wide backs and little dicks, that matches the likeness of him and the rest of the Scott brothers. So when we talk about one, we're talking about all. So you have to think about that from a an anatomy level, because see when you divide that with biology, you get these wide back motherfuckers on the show. So I don't know. I know you didn't know that, but I just wanted to explain that real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah, I could do without Mark. I can really do without the whole Scott brothers. I just, that bloodline can go extinct because the world does not need more Scott men on it. That that seed is rancid, rancid as hell. I can't see it for none of the Scott brothers. Ignorant, 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 and full of gaslighting. That's the one thing. If you see a Scott brother, just know that they're gonna gaslight the fuck out of you. They're gonna make you feel like you the problem and not them.
I mean that is true as well. But y'all, I think that's all. I think that was all we have for today. Do you have anything else that you have to think about? That you have to say on the show, JB?
Not on this one. Definitely not on Love and Marriage Huntsville because it didn't give much last night. It was a boring ass episode. Actually,
I get
both it
like
and
I
DC was
concur.
boring. Both it and DC
And
were boring to me.
And I want to thank everybody for, taking the time out, all 164 of y'all for watching us live. It be lit in this beach. I love the fact that I'm able to pull out the hood bitch and everybody and, make them start cussing. I love that. I'm a terrible influence. Don't
That's
leave
all.
your kids around me. They're going to be cussing by the time they get back home. But anyway, y'all. I want to thank everybody for watching. And like, do you want to tell the people where to find you, JBs?
Sure. You guys can find me on JB Says What with the Z, and on you can find me JB Says What on YouTube, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is JB Says What as well. Twitter is _ JB Says What, and if you follow me on Twitter, I have a good time. I talk a lot of shit about all these shows, so if you want to follow me there, we'll have a good time.
All right, thank y'all so much. And if y'all could please like the video real quick before I end this live. Like the video if y'all don't want y'all edges to fall out. Like the video if y'all don't want y'all backs extending and if you don't want bacterial vaginosis. I'm gonna need y'all to really like the video. Stop playing in my face. I work very hard. I work a full-time job as a financial analyst, bitch. I got a degree. You know. I be spending time doing this. I really need y'all to like the video for me. So please like the video. And I'll see y'all later, okay? Peace.